sort of looked from the outside, and I came in and I was like, didn't know what to expect, but they were really nice. You know, they sat me down, they talked me through the different jobs.
I wanted to know all the options available to me and what was going to be best suited to myself.
You bring in your educational certificates, birth certificates, things like photographic ID.
The purpose of the interview is for me to get to know you.
The questions they ask you are geared towards finding out what kind of person you are.
Living with my parents at the minute.
I want to know about the family background.
Are you fit?
Interests.
What inspires you to join the army?
Have you been keeping fit?
Been doing a lot more exercise than I usually do, so
Good.
hopefully.
You know, everything and anything, very personal stuff.
Have you ever been in trouble with the police?
Not really, no.
What do you mean, not really?
You know, they've told us off, but nothing serious.
Right, so you've never been to a court or anything like
no,
that?
Definitely not.
Where you want to go, what you want to do, what you want to get out of the army.
So they can get a picture of what regiment best suits you.
Have you travelled very much?
I've had a couple of holidays in India.
Ask as many questions as you can just to ease your own mind.
Yeah, I was wondering about what's it like on camp.
What about the money?
Would you be able to tell me about the sort of benefits I'd be getting?
I mean, I'm interested, so what do I have to do now? What's the next step?
They just give you all the information you needed.
You do a thing called a barb test, which is a touchscreen test.
A couple of weeks later, you'll go away on selection, which is normally 2 days, where you go for a medical and a physical. You do your basic fitness assessment, which is your mile and a half, and your press-ups and your sit-ups.
I swore the oath of allegiance, got my certificate, and it was a very proud moment.
And then they give you your army number, and I'm in, that's it.
Phase 1's 12 weeks basic training. From a civvy turned into a soldier.
Skills you really need to learn before you actually go out into the real army.
Big responsibility put on your shoulders straight away.
I found it hard, but if you put 100% in, then the instructors do help you out and they help you get through it.
Get your fitness up, make sure you're medically and physically fit.
A lot of PT, physical training, which usually females find quite hard, but I cope with it pretty well.
My favourite has got to be the salt course, apart from the sand pit.
Learning how to march, which was quite interesting, a bit hard at times because you'd be ended up tick-tocking and not being in time.
The first time, you know, you're sleeping rough and getting up at daft hours in the morning, you know.
Ironing and the folding of the kit, that was quite tough, but and especially all the inspections you had as well.
NBC, you get gassed. Very good experience.
Well, the weapons training part side of it is where you learn to strip the rifle down, clean it, you know, learn how it works before you actually fire it.
You're never alone. If you're struggling with something, someone will be there to help you out to get through it.
Friends that you make at basic are your friends for life. When you have your parade and your pass off and you stand there, you think I've done it. You think about everything you've gone through during those 12 weeks and you feel dead proud.
12 weeks is nothing compared to the rest of your life. It is worth doing, and just thinking about the long-term benefits instead of the short-term.
In basic training, you are taught discipline, but throughout time it becomes self-discipline. It becomes just second nature to you.
Once you finish phase 1, you'll go home and you'll spend a couple of weeks at home, and then you go to phase 2. Depending on what trade you want to go in, then you will go off and learn that trade in phase 2.
It's probably the most interesting part, because there you're learning your job.
You know, once you've passed out of phase 1 and phase 2, you're a soldier and you're doing the job, you know, and it's very relaxed on camp.
I think my life in the army is very similar to a life on Civilian Street.
It's just like a normal working week. You'll go to work at 8 o'clock in the morning and you'll finish at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
Sharing rooms is just like having a flatmate on Civvy Street.
You have your washrooms, you have your kitchen area, and you have your living area.
Can be the best time of your life. Some of my best mates were my roommates.
Night, girls.
The best thing about it is having your friends about. You've always got something to do.
We got PlayStations, we got videos, DVDs, you know, everything that anybody would have in their bedroom.
Along that corridor, we've got about another 8 girls, and I'm never just sitting in my room, bored. We always come up with something to do.
That's nice, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going for something to eat.
We have the NAFI, which is like kind of like a social club, a pub, everything there. Everything you need is in that establishment. So yeah, if you want to play pool, play telly, if you want to just drink, yeah, you can socialise with your friends and that. So it's a good meeting place.
You don't have to cook nothing, you don't have to prepare nothing. It's all laid on for you, and the food is good.
Accommodation's there, you get paid at the end of the month. You don't have to worry about any outgoings unless it's personal.
Pay's absolutely superb. Security, well, it's the army, you're not going to have a better, you know, a more secure job.
The money you get in the bank at the end of the month is yours to spend on what you want.
I'm able to go shopping and not worry about the cost of items.
I know that if I spent all my money, then I'd still end up with 3 meals a day and somewhere to live.
Pension's fantastic.
The army pension scheme is really good. I mean, you don't realise you're paying for it because it doesn't come out of your take-home pay.
People don't realise all the medical services, dental, healthcare, that's all free as a package, and people pay quite a lot for that private.
You get travel warrants to get you home, which are like paid train fares.
Sort of get cheap flights off the army as well.
The army makes it easy for you. It enables you to function and just concentrate on your job.
Weekends are more or less your own, apart from if you're on duty or during training. If you're working overseas for 6 months at a time, you could be expected to work anything up to 7 days a week.
We've got the time to travel anywhere, basically, in Britain.
I try and get home as many times as I possibly can.
I go home most weekends and I always go out with my civilian friends. I haven't lost touch with them.
You can either go out for a couple of drinks downtown, socialise with the lads.
I don't know, the girls being girls will go shopping.
Social life's excellent. I mean, you always seem to go out in a big group, you know, mixed group. Always have a good laugh, you know, always looking out for each other. Could be just going to the pictures or going for something to eat, to sort of going out for a good night out, you know, starting at bars and then ending up in a club. Once you finish work, you know, the time's more or less your own. As long as you're in work the next day, then they're happy.
I don't think there's one sport that the army doesn't do.
There's not many jobs that you'll find that will let you have time off to play sports.
Did a couple of days diving off the coast. It's great.
I believe I get quite a lot of time off with the army going surfing.
Canoeing, go-karting, biking,
boxing,
football,
hill walking, skiing, parachuting.
Speedboat racing, climbing, anything.
We get a lot of extra training through the army.
There's a lot of team building there.
Totally commit yourself to the sport if you want to. Gets you time off work.
The army is such a great starting point for anybody. It all starts by going in the careers office and asking.
Once you're through that door and you actually speak to them, then you realise how much fun the army can actually be.
Make that step and walk through the door.
Go for it.